All right, welcome everybody. We are live at FreeCodeCamp YaadCode live streaming sessions, live coding sessions. This is the session 9, and we're starting at the lesson confirm the ending. We have three persons here today: me, myself, and I, as well
No, is
as
this one here too?
Craig and
Big
Ronnie.
up, big up.
Heal, heal.
Yeah, man. So we're about to start off, confirm the ending. But just before we do that, we're going to make the one post. So this is, let me just show you guys. So this is the Facebook. Don't watch my tabs or them thing there. So there's this free code camp, Kingston, Jamaica group. Feel free to join it. It is facebook.com/groups/free.code.camp.kingston.jamaica. And we're just gonna make this normal post to make persons know that we have the live session on. But yeah, man, feel free to join. And then we have our Facebook page, our subs on YouTube channel called YaadCode. So yeah, man. So this is Free Code Camp session 9. So check out this lesson that we have confirmed the ending within our Free Code Camp track. So we're going for the front end developer certification. All right. So confirm the ending. Ronnie, kick it off.
What I mean?
All right, well,
As in kick off the live, as in read. After all of the chatting, the man just say, what you mean?
oh, I mean,
Craig, kick it off.
oh shoot. Well,
Okay.
all right. What does it say? All right, so we need to check if a string. Well, we have a function. We're gonna use a function, and it's gonna take two arguments. The first argument is gonna be a string. The second argument is gonna be a string as well, but it's going to be referred to as target. What we're going to do is we're going to check to see if string ends with whatever is target. And the challenge is to do that without using the dot ends with method. And they recommend that we use substring method and the substr method. All right, I've never worked with any of those, so this should be interesting. But it says this, both of them basically take both of those methods, being the substring and the substr method, take two arguments, a starting position and an ending position. So the idea is substring takes the index and substr takes start and length, the index as well. No, substr takes the first parameter is the index and the second parameter is the number of characters that you want to extract. If you don't define it, it'll go to the end. So we first need to capture the length of target. And then we need to basically use that to check to see if it exists at the end of string. So we know, let's see, string dot sub str takes the index and optional number of characters. So actually no, I want target.
So since you have target, no.
Ooh, let's
What's the
see
difference
what
between
this
and substring? So that's been-
sub str takes two parameters. The first one is the index of where you want to start. The second parameter, which is optional, is the number of characters that you want to extract.
Okay, and substring.
Substring, on the other hand, takes index and index. So it takes the starting index and the ending index.
Okay.
So, and I would also imagine, if I remember correctly, substring, the second parameter is also optional. Yes. So if you, in either case, if you don't include the second parameter, it'll go to the end of the string automatically. And I don't see anything about whether it alters or does anything to the existing string.
Alright, where to start?
So let's see what this is saying when you console log this. Whoa, what's that?
Alright.
What?
Let's see what this looks like. Run. Alright. They want me with substring.
Subster, yeah, subster. That's what we'll use. That's what we'll call it.
Subster.
Alright, so now that is equal to that.
Link and it will open. It will open up on your on your phone. You should be able to join it.
And if we console log string dot, what is it? Substring. Now, and it takes two parameters. So we want it to go backwards the length of target. So that means substring
Target.
with the argument of target dot length, no, minus target dot length. And what does that give me?
Alright, so we're gonna loop through this
Whoa.
thing. I'm gonna loop back way.
Right, because it should go everything. So, no.
It's at the end. So find the length of target and loop back way on the string itself. And if it's there, I'm trying something. So first,
The second one is optional. So why would the That is where you're gonna start from. I don't. Okay, so hold on. Let me try this. Yes. Define. Oh, wait. This is making sense. Oh, different. Yeah, no, this doesn't make any sense. If index end is omitted, substring extracts the characters to the end of the string. If index start is equal to index end, yeah, substring returns an empty string, yeah. If index start is greater than index end, then the effect of substring is as if the two arguments were swapped. If the index start is great. Let's see what happens when we do this, because that doesn't make any sense. 6 and 1. Tell me what that is. FU. If you run string dot substring and pass it the two arguments 6 and 1, because of what they have as one of their things, one of the answers will be FU. And that was actually accidental though.
Sure.
I know, right? Why is this so difficult? Why am I tripping out for it? Minus. No, it's minus that, so. No, something is wrong.
Why is it that it's only Russian hackers coming into the group and not anybody else? I'm so confused. Some stereotypes.
And they're selling bitcoins.
You must scam your bitcoins.
They're trying to get persons to buy bitcoins. I didn't click on the link, but I copied the text.
No, Zine. I ain't touching nothing.
I'm afraid to delete it out of the group because I don't accidentally click it.
Better report them.
String dot length. No, but that wouldn't make sense because it's not going to be minus.
What would this do, by the way? Alright, if I find the length of target, right? Alright.
I thought, but no, wait. If you wanted to count backwards in a string, don't you use some negative number, something? Like, isn't negative 1? Yeah, so isn't negative 1 the last element in a array or a string? Why is this like crazy?
Length of target. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that would be 1. I need to get a longer string from FreeCodeCamp. That should return false.
Now it's undefined. Why is it? Oh, because I can't put that there. It's dumbass.
This is serious.
Like, I'm on screen share when Mr. Wagwan.
So, this
yeah, why is this all of a sudden not working?
Let cut string equal. This is a target string. That's substring. Minus.
Oh.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Something is completely, but none of this is working, even though I thought it would. And I'm pretty sure I've done this before using it, so I don't know why all of a sudden it's not working.
You're looping?
No, I'm just trying to access the last number, the last element in the string. The last index, rather. String dot length.
May I try something? I don't know if it will work.
1.
Well, I did something and it worked.
There you go.
Share my screen. I don't know if I can pick sense out of the nonsense on me those, right? Share my screen. Alright. So find the length of the target. Right?
Right.
And me use the substring because them say we can use substring to find,
Right.
for example, anything. So what I did was to have it loop backway. I think it's supposed to loop backway using the minus character.
Yeah.
So minus the length of the string, which would be minus, in this case would be -4. I find SAME, which is this.
So you say substring. The difference
Substring,
between
so I find that.
the difference between it and substring is that the first both of them take the index as the starting index as the first argument, right? But the difference is in the second one.
Yeah, this
equal to TARGET. May I try something? May I see if it works.
No, but you.
It's supposed to return true or false, right?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
That's an interesting return statement.
You're the one, man.
Yo.
I know, right?
Woo.
Got it, man. But yo,
Got it.
substring.
So why is
how
this not
substring
working?
and substring different again?
Subster.
Alright, subster. I use the subster. I didn't try substring still, but I use the subster. Right.
Why is it different? How is it different?
I don't know what make it different still.
No, one of them. I was just reading it. MD and a while ago.
Length,
One of them.
length and index.
Subster.
Okay, I get
Yeah.
it.
Subster takes the index and the number of characters.
Yeah.
Substring takes the
Both
index
start
and the index of the end.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. So my version now, I just use the length of target and the length of string and then minus string from target length and use substring itself.
There you go.
Who don't understand? I'm excited to solve it a while ago. So easy. Why? When we initially just at the FreeCodeCamp,
Yeah.
buck up on them challenge here. I don't know my head from my foot from my finger. So
I know, right?
me solving the algorithm so easy and you know, take out well for brain power, it means me I learn.
Yeah. And that you want this? Like even the next one, even this next one, repeat a string. I remember when I was doing this the first time.
This bud.
And I had seen it before, but I could just not figure out how to do it on my own.
This bud. Mod. So wait, on solve it on the end, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if this let me get out. Just a second. Wait, let me share back on the screen, you know. I can't talk about the share.
Repeat a given string a number of times. Return an empty string if you know what? Repeat the numbers a number of times.
Yeah, so you have to check. You have to check to see if that number is greater than 0.
I can't believe it. What's that of it so quick? Really? Wow! Wait, nothing new chart.
There is also a method. Strings have a method dot repeat, and that method, as you would guess, repeats the number. The repeat method constructs and returns a new string which contains the specified number of copies of the string on which it was called, concatenated together. So there's a method that already does this. And the parameter of that method is the number of times you want it repeated.
Alright, let's see what we can do to solve this one.
My princess gone, far, far away. And she left me alone. Said she was going to stay. I said my princess gone.
I mean, they have books on just Ajax,
I mean, Ajax so simply.
which is strange. Which is strange, yeah, because it's strange because, like, okay, so isn't Ajax just this thing? What is it? Asynchronous JavaScript and XML? Yeah, so, okay, so what more is there we need to know in 2018?
What, in FreeCodeCamp? I mean, in
No, in general. No, in just Ajax in general. Like, what
well,
more
once we
is there
have
to get?
Ajax and object-oriented programming concepts under our belt, that I think, in my eyes, that's pretty much it.
Well, I think what happens then is you start to use code at a higher level. I think because I get the impression that you can work with JavaScript for years and never become a master at it.
Sure.
So it's as if it kind of, you can always dig deeper, or you can always do things in such a way that it can either execute faster or execute better without maybe writing long code or without writing code in a certain way. I don't know.
You finish it on it?
Oh, yeah, doing this.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to solve this already?
Yeah.
You just need to run.
Rock, stone, so that me one does. No, sir.
Ajax and PHP. Nope.
Ajax PHP.
What did the Rasta do wrong? Did I do wrong? Alright, so them say for repeat, that's gonna give repeat a given string, first argument, above time, second argument, return an empty string if number is not positive. Okay. I'm trying something. First thing, if number is less than or equal to 0, I think, then I'm gonna return blank string.
Correct.
If not, or else, wait, somebody get beat next door. Only in Jamaica. Okay, alright, else, what am I gonna do? Loop through this up a bunch of time and, oh, I think I have an idea. As if do a for loop, I think. Alright, let's, Pseudo index.
Share your screen.
Can't believe United lost the game today.
I lost the what?
Lost the game today.
United, money.
Yeah.
Index is greater than. It is less than.
From them scored the first goal, it was over.
What Man U stand for again? The Man U or something like that?
Manchester United, go ahead. Man U. Oh,
Wait, we
shit.
have another person on the call, right?
No, I don't think so.
I hear a girl voice a while ago.
A while ago. Right?
Right, you need to fix the laugh there, no? You need to fix the laugh there. Alright, so let's say we have a variable name. No.
And that's the thing, Ajax. We're using, as he rightfully said, you're passing objects. So it's less about Ajax and more about object-oriented programming. So the fact that I'm just looking at this list, one of the links that Ronit did send, and it has tons of stuff on Ajax, and I'm just like, what more do you need to know about Ajax though? Like, what is it that I'm missing? Or is there like this whole world of Ajax that exists that we just are oblivious to?
Yeah, maybe we just don't know. Because based on how they talk about it more, and say, oh, do you have a company resume? And say, no, for job description. And you say, well, you just a little 2 lines.
Yeah, but you best for know it, I go up on my own though. And I build my portfolio site, I gotta have Ajax all over that. I might even write a whole blog page about Ajax, make it seem like it's this huge. Well, since there's all these books, I must can write a blog page about Ajax.
When is that blog? Medium?
No, I've never actually done it before, but I would, yeah, because I use Medium that I sign up with. Unix tools tutorials. I want to find books on APIs. Building. Evading IDS firewalls and honeypots. I don't even know what that means.
Alright, books that me look on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a list of book. Honestly, I see it. Me stupid side chippy, me not even bother look on it, but just close off my side because it's like you're giving me a new toy.
Right?
So I don't feel doing that first, so.
Yeah, because
one
it's a
time
whole
I think
new
it grows some more
world.
sense, but try again. But look on the book them.
Look on some of them, don't.
Yeah.
For real. Because even like security, even like web security, that's a whole new world now. And
True.
The thing about it is, if you're going to get involved in web development, I just feel that you need to understand enough about security.
For some reason, I think my code does look ugly.
Yeah, you will think so. And I think at this stage, most of our code is going to look ugly.
So I have a for loop inside an else statement. Is that healthy?
No, that's real, and that happens a lot now.
The what?
That happens a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fair
enough.
Yeah.
You king world.
That's what it is. You passed it, Gio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna pass it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, don't want tonight. Alright. Alright. That's not. Alright, truncate a string. First argument, if it is longer than the given maximum string length. Second argument, return the truncated string with the ... ending.
This code is ugly.
That inserting the 3 dots at the end will add to the string length Okay, fair enough. However, if the given maximum string length, which would be in this case a parameter number, is less than or equal to 3, then the addition of the 3 dots does not add to the string length in determining the truncated string. Remember to read, search, ask. If you get stuck, write down one code.
I remember when I did this, I had to read this at least 20 times to figure out what the hell they were saying.
So the 3 dots.
In Jamaican terms, what they want to do?
The 3 dots, if it's less than the number, if it less, there's
All right. So in Jamaican terms,
no, if it's less than
well, if it's less than 3, you're not supposed to put in.
No, yeah.
Okay.
If it's no,
And
if it's less than
3,
you put it.
What?
If it's less than or equal to 3, it should have the dots. If it's less than string dot length, or the length of the string, it's supposed to have the dots. Everything else, it doesn't have the dots.
Yeah. Okay.
So if it's longer than the given maximum string length, the second argument, yeah, return.
So what if it's equal to? Oh, less than, okay.
Yeah.
So only if it's greater.
Add the dots. All the thing. How is it that? Oh, I guess it's cookies. I'm like, how does it remember what I used when I did this like 3 months ago?
Maybe.
Drop it on a server, man. Maybe they have something up there, man.
Maybe it's stored in a database.
So they actually.
Cookie?
Right. So they. I didn't know they were actually like, this is my account, so to speak.
This is not your account?
No, I mean, I know I have to log in and everything. I thought that was just really to kind of track my progress, not necessarily to actually save my code.
I said to say him do analytics for everybody and which part and reach and all kind of something. So enough things are going there. But
yeah, man, there's some way to track the data.
Yeah, which means that so all those times when I couldn't come up with something and I just use like some weird stuff in my code that they know. Exactly. Use Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. Oh shoot. Yeah, but I guess they would have to. They need to run analytics and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, nice. Got a free light today at work.
Free light?
Yeah. USB light.
Oh. Anybody ever use like a mobile internet for your laptop? Or your hotspot for your phone?
Global internet.
Yeah. I use one before, yeah.
How you use it? How do you get internet when there's no Wi-Fi to your laptop running? Ironic.
Huh?
How would you get internet to your laptop when you're not on Wi-Fi?
I'm not on Wi-Fi. Hotspot? Your phone?
Okay, so you've used your phone as a hotspot before.
I've used my phone as a hotspot, not with the laptop.
Oh, not with a laptop.
Not with a laptop.
Oh,
Well,
see?
I'm actually on a desktop really, just had to pick up Wi-Fi.
Okay, Z. Okay, all right. What the hell?
Huh. anyone stuck?
No. All right, let's go again. If truncate a string, if the string is longer than the given maximum string length, which is the second argument, return the truncated string with a dot dot dot. Note that inserting the 3 dots to the end will add to the string length. So you can't really use string length as your gauge. So truncate a string if it is longer than the given. So if string is longer than num, truncate it.
We have a statement of that, so
The given in the you see that just doesn't make sense though. There's just like nothing about that sentence that makes sense.
String length.
I don't understand about that.
Addition of 3
It's not working.
until
If this sentence, string
okay, return.
num less than or equal to string length. Okay, that's right. Yeah, man, we get it. How about it? Hey, you played me now.
Let's use again.
Similar to substring and string. As a matter of fact, what is the difference between the three of those? It's on slice. Is that?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Yeah, no, it does.
More while me just scroll through and see which one fit one.
Oh, no.
I swear.
Slice returns a new string. It returns the answer as a new string.
Oh, Zin.
Substring and whatever just return. No, but hold on. Wouldn't that be the same thing though? That don't make any sense. Because wouldn't substring return a new string too?
There you go. We're gonna chop up the string. So let's cut the string.
Clear out the junk in your trunk.
Yeah, what the hell is the difference between those? Other than the character. I don't know, but let's ask Google. Dot sub string versus dot slice. And what's the difference between string dot slice and substring?
Let's try.
Oh, okay. All right. They have a little bit of quirky behaviors, but the way it works is substring. If you define a starting parameter that is greater than the ending parameter, substring will automatically switch those two. It will basically assume that what you did was a mistake, and it's supposed to switch them back around. So it's going to give you the right, well, not the right, but whichever one is shorter, the first one to the last one, regardless of how you put it. Slice, however, will not do that.
Oops.
slice, if you try to do it backwards, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. Slice 6 and 3, and give me the answer, please. Slice will ignore it.
Reset. I got reset.
Is that right, though? Okay, that's interesting.
Yo, I don't understand. I'm failing only some small cases. I'm failing the first two. But the rest may pass.
All right, I will share my screen. Share screen. All right. So you can see my screen now, yeah?
Who are going for this thing? Alright, let me see what you answer. You know, share everybody.
Hey, that what my while ago.
You get kicked out, man. Then what make you not use slice?
Because slice allows you to truncate a string. It allows you to take out just whatever part of the string that you want. You could do the same thing with substring, or is it subster?
Subster.
Sub.
Yeah, that may I use. I use the length.
You could use subster.
No.
Yeah, you could use, exactly. You could use subster with the length of the num. It's just that the way it's phrased, I find it very difficult to understand. But basically what it is saying is if num is less than 3 or equal to 3, give me, truncate the string, the length of num, and add the dots. However, if num is if num is less than string.length, output string from, and this is where it's funny, from, your minus 3 to offset for the 3 dots that you're just going to add. So it's num minus 3.
Hold on. If you have
If
a num,
right,
if you have something that's
if
less than
no,
3.
if num is less than the length of the string, then the dots should not add to the length of your output. So,
but if it's num, if num is less than 3.
if num is less than the length of the string, whatever string is. So
Yeah,
if
so what
the
is that thing about num is less than 3?
if num is less than or equal to 3, that is the first part. Where if as long as the length of num is less than or equal, well, not the length of num, but as long as num itself is less than or equal to 3, truncate the string to the length of whatever num is, and add those 3 dots to it.
Wait, you solved it already, Craig?
Yeah.
Rockstone. I only done stuff there. Alright. So now code. Alright.
It's just, I remember this one taking forever because I could just not understand what they were asking. I think it's just how it's worded. I should really sit down and reword it.
You're supposed to give what you're supposed to show 3 first?
No, if num is less than or equal to 3, then you just simply truncate the string
to 3.
to the length of whatever num is
What?
and add the 3 dots. I think basically what is supposed to happen is your output is not supposed to be more than, what is it, 6 or 7 or something like that. Else output dot string. There's, like I said, it's how it's worded. So let me see if I can reverse engineer it. If
Okay, less than that. Beat the number of times. Or should I do it?
all right, truncate a string if it is longer than num. Return the truncated if truncate a string if it is longer than a given number. Return that truncated string with dot dot dot. Truncate a string if it is longer than the given maximum string length. In other words,
First thing.
yeah, so whatever num is, add 3 to that, and you're basically saying that the truncated string should always be less than, well, it should be always equal to that amount.
Okay, I'll pass it, but I hack my hack it and pass it. Num is less than 3, return string. Look at me have.
Oh, let me get off of this.
Yeah, let's just send it. No, let's send it.
Oh, alright.
That work, but when the num less than 3 argument was below the other one,
Whoa, where did it go?
I had problems. It wasn't passing some of the cases. But all I'm gonna do was switch run one and it worked. So I don't. I don't. Second one. How that looks so?
Oh, see there. Oh, huh. Is there no way to get this larger?
Double click, yeah.
Function. Okay. If num is less than equal to 3, return substring, right?
But when I had it
If num
set,
is return okay. Yeah. And then last, yeah. But how come you have 2 ifs? That can work. I mean, obviously, if it's passing.
if you not pass the first one, then you just look on the second one.
Yeah, but I thought we had to use. I mean, I thought syntax was so important, and else, if, and whatever, and all that kind of stuff. Like you had to use these.
Multiple if and no.
Oh, you don't have to use if and else if it can be if. Oh, see.
And sometimes things pass two, what do you call it then? 2 tests, and you want it to go through both, like the Fizzballs challenge.
Oh, see. And that's also another thing, as you mentioned. One of the things that I've always struck out as I was, watching videos and all these kind of things about learning JavaScript is they always say it is unless it isn't. One of the things they always say, oh, it's always like that unless it isn't. And it's just like, well, that means it's not always like that. But apparently JavaScript is funny like that, where I guess as you start to become more advanced, you're going to realize that a lot of the things that you learned as rules aren't actually rules.
Yeah, that's convention.
Yeah. So you can actually do things so many different ways.
The YouTube thing is offline.
Offline?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What a wedding. I'm going to post it anyways after anyways. I guess the life.
But I know because the thing I keep on kick me off. That's why.
Oh, Z.
Oh, see, they're gonna look on the live.
When the solve my algorithm, you know. I have no clue what I'm doing over here. Still I try. That's
Oh yeah, the last thing on your code geo should be returning the truncated string. The third return statement you had that said return string should be really this truncated string. So string dot slice 0 num.
Oh.
And I think that, but yours passed without it, didn't it?
Yeah. Because it's, yeah.
It's fucking weird. Weird. 0 to num.
yeah, sometimes some stuff pass FreeCodeCamp pass. Logically, when I say oh that makes sense, but FreeCodeCamp say correct, so I don't know. Alright, now I'm gonna know what me I do. Alright, me start go.
Yeah, I think sometimes it helps if you give the variables numbers in your mind to try and make sense out of it. So like you just say, all right, for the sake of argument, let's just call num4. And then try to build it based off of what happens when it's 4. And then you just replace 4 with a variable.
Alright, messed up. First thing first. If it less than or equal to 3, if the string is less than or equal to 3, we'll return the string along with the truncated part with the 3 dots, right?
If it's less than or equal to this whatever the number is, not necessarily 3, but the actual number of whatever the second argument is.
One sec.
Here we go, return the string. Plus the truncated part. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. Okay. One part at a time.
Strictly up full vibes. It's YaadCode, and this song is dedicated to JavaScript. The baby's tipped.
These mad people come from? God, I don't know. All these mad people. Where are they from?
I order macaroni.
And I say macaroni. I've interviewed today.
Yeah.
I will say, yo, it's a 9.
You better love it. By the end of the year, the people start
saying macaroni get a 9.
No, I must say everybody every time what they see me, they say, I know macaroni that. I can't. Once everybody walk on the road.
And then my trouble in picking them at school.
I don't know if I do this. It is so simple that I do not know what to do with it. Never seen such a thing in my life.
Alright, you see it? Alright. Truncate a string if it is longer than num. And when you the first part of this sentence is saying truncate a string as long as that string is longer than num, and add ... to it when you do. Note that inserting the 3 dots to the end will add to the length of the string. So basically that string is now going to be equal to num plus 3. The length of string should be equal to num plus 3. However, if num is less than or equal to 3, then the addition of the 3 dots does not add to the string length. in determining the you see? That part is just what does that
Freak
mean
out.
though? Yeah. I think we're gonna have
Let me
to
just split it
I forgot
here,
I
right?
forgot send him an
0,
email about that one, you know.
and
But
then
I would have to come up with a better way.
no. We
Yeah, I
can
think
word it well. Just word it properly.
yeah, so that but it's to actually do it. It's one thing to say, yo, that just needs to be reworded, but it's another thing to actually reword it.
Alright, so don't get some mega return the results and let's see what happens. Lord God, I want me do. Man never laugh. Me not laugh. You know what this man do to laugh? You laugh. This is crazy.
So am I not still sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to really copy now, people. Copy your
Oh.
code still.
No, it's not about copy, but it's just look.
Yeah.
We never really are copying no people code still.
Good.
Weak.
Oh, you know something about idiot? How this did do? A wrong thing.
Pause the stream and start it back. Something wrong.
Alright.